Welcome back to the Nothing to Fear podcast. It's a people's podcast, of course. You know how we do it. You know we started off like this. Like, share, and subscribe. And tell a friend to tell a friend. This is season two. We off and a good feat. Yep, season two, episode two. Episode one is upload. So you guys could go ahead, enjoy, indulge, see the breakdown of last year and what is to be expected. But today we have a very special guest here and set. Her name is Dr. Fraser Williams. Cynthia. I do it all over, so she could pronounce it the right way.
I'm Miss International, whatever way you
Oh,
want to put it. My name is Dr. Cynthia Pierce Frazier, and I hold titles to everything that's up here. Okay, I'm a health psychologist, researcher, licensed clinical social worker, registered dietitian, case SAC, and more.
a whole
We're here
list.
to help you and give you information what your heart desires. Call us up. We're gonna be here. This is what, series two?
This is episode
Two.
two of season
Guess
two.
what? Much more is to come.
So, Dr.
I put it back
Cynthia,
in your hand, bro.
welcome to the Nothing to Fear podcast.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Are you
I'm really
handling the
good.
snow outside?
hmm
How are you handling the snow? The winter storm is very cold.
It's cold, but I like the snow. That with the snow is a good thing with the snow. It gives me good exercise. The snow shovel keep my body in shape, make me look good. What can I say? For my age is 75 years old. Hey, what can I say?
So, Dr. Cynthia, you're officially, you know that we get to meet when I just came to this country,
hmm
and you helped me to secure a health insurance up to this very moment.
hmm
So these are some of the things that we're gonna break down and certain stuff that you guys may not have an understanding of how to access it. That's why Dr. Cynthia is here. So tell us a little bit about yourself in some more details.
Well, for one, I like helping people and I like making sure people are healthy. And just like Chris said, insurance is the most important thing out of the world. So a lot of people are afraid to take care of their health, or they don't know how to get insurance or where to get insurance, and they got blocks. And sometimes the insurance is like, oh, it's too high, or I don't, I'm undocumented, or what the situation may be. I know how to walk around those things and help you to get the best help that you can. At the end of this episode here, you will have a telephone number that you can reach me, that Chris will actually give it to you. Um, I like educating, I like making people well, especially with diabetes, hypertension, dealing with people's health, senior citizens, the youth, unemployment, jobs. I'm very well rounded in my skill that I'm in. I worked for an agency for over 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well say that I was like a planet shaker. We started from the scratch and built it up from a storefront all the way to a multi-million dollar place that is working now. Um, I have another position now, which I'm able to help more people in other ways of helping them buying homes, helping them in job placements, helping them keeping reunification of families. Um, I, I'm Doctors Without Borders. I just came back after Melissa
From Jamaica, right?
from Jamaica.
Yeah, we
Uh,
wanted we touched a little bit about before we were talking before and you were breaking down. So I want you to break down to me like you
mhm.
have a PhD in health health ecology, right?
Health psychology.
Yeah, can you break down what does that
Okay,
mean?
a PhD in health psychology is where it's neural immune system. What it is I'm an expert in the fields of any type of health situation is. I'm not a clinical, where you got a clinical health psychologist where I cover all of that. But what I do is I look in the deeper of why people health are the way that they are. Say for instance, I want to do research on diabetes.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing research on diabetes, I want to know why. If the doctor is telling you do not eat this and you know it's going to kill you, I want to look at the behavior of why you want to keep eating something that makes you want to kill yourself. So I did do a research on that, and the findings are very good. So if you Google my name, which is worldwide, and other researchers have used it, you just put dissertation and you put Dr. Fraser, my name will come up.
And doctors without borders. Some people may not understand what you mean when you say that. Can you break it down to them and let them know what doctors without borders mean?
Okay, so what my field is what I do is moderation of depression concerning what type 2 diabetes were. And what made me go into that research, my husband has passed away March 25th, 2015. He's
Mm-hmm. May
from
his
the
soul rest in
Caribbean.
peace.
And I watched him, even though the doctors told him, don't eat this and don't eat that. But because of my research, and I kept wondering why, but he could not stop doing what he had to do. I found that there was a link between diabetes, that there is a familiarity of depression with that. And I noticed with some diabetes, people with diabetes, they have an urge that they just want to eat, 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 or, or get stressed out. But it is linked together. He wound up passing away before I finished my dissertation, but I honored that book to him and whatnot. And I try to educate people in the best way with hypertension, diabetes, and stuff like that. People of color and people of not of color. I worked in Borough Park, and I taught a lot and educated a lot on healthy foods. You still can eat the foods that you eat, but when they tell you in moderation, they mean in moderation. We are people of color. What we do is we heap our plate up with a lot of rice and beans and oxtails,
You tell
peas,
me
and
about that.
rice and stuff like that.
Yep.
When the plate's supposed to be more vegetables in that little part and little
In
fistful
in
of
moderation.
oxtail and a little bit of rice. If we can learn how to moderize that and then exercise, you will live a longer life what it is. But we want to eat, go to sleep, and then eat again.
Okay. I want you to, like, we're in healthcare right now. That's where we are right now.
Hmm.
You're educating, you're sharing your knowledge with people right
Hmm.
now. So um I want you to just, in small details, tell the audience like how they can approach if they don't have healthcare, because I know healthcare is one of the most expensive stuff right now.
Hmm.
And I know you know a lot about the Affordable
Hmm.
Care Act and stuff like that. Can you
Hmm.
break it down a little bit, just a little details of how
Hmm.
they can access it?
Okay. They do have the marketplace, 855-355 5777. But like you have my number there, what you can do is you can call me, and then this way I can help guide you through it. Usually, if you have an entry into the United States here, or if you are undocumented, it's a way that can be written how you can get insurance even if you're not, if even if you're an immigrant. Oh, why are you saying that? Because look what Trump is doing right now. There are ways to walk around what you need to walk around with.
Exactly.
So Chris is a very good example of that
Exactly.
because we went and did a marketplace something, and they wanted to charge him an arm and a
Oh
leg.
my God.
And when I finished with it, it was like nothing. So you do have my number. I do allow people to call me up to 9 o'clock. If I'm with a patient, I would tell you to call me back, or I would text you, say, call me back later. But please leave your name and your phone number. This way I know who I'm speaking with, and then I know what the problem is. If it's job related, then put job related. If it's health insurance, then say health insurance. If it's placement of you want to get your LLC, which that means if you want to own your own business, then let me know that. If you're trying to buy a house, then say what that is. It's channels for each and everything of that. Youth programs, summer youth jobs for your kids and stuff like that there. Specify what it is, and then I can refer you to what it is. If it's food stamps or SNAP, then let it know. If it's questions that you may think it sounds silly of what's going into the media, because a lot of times the media give false information to freeze the public on information that's not true.
Hmm.
My daughter works in the White House. My son just retired from the Pentagon. I have access to a lot of information, and I still have political friends that gives me the right answers and not the wrong
Let me
answers.
double down and let me double down on that because you helped me a lot to attain and have a health care in this
Hmm.
country up to this very moment. You know, even though I may learn a lot from you,
Hmm.
you pass it down to me easily so I
Yes.
could understand what to do.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I could help a lot too, but she have the more access. So so if you guys want to reach her, you could reach me too, so you can get to her,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. But I Googled your name earlier and I realized that you write a book.
Yes.
How interesting is that? So you write a book and the book is moderation of depression and self-care of type 2 diabetes. What lead you to write a book? What?
No, it's not, because what happened is writing that during that period of time, like I said, it happens. And what I found out was when I wind up doing the research for that, a lot of people of color, men don't want to accept the fact that they have diabetes, they have rectal dysfunction, and they prefer, yeah, we're going to get live with this.
Yep.
They figure be, when they sugar is up high, their penis stays up high. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when they take the medication, then it stops the function of doing what they need to do, and then all of a sudden, then the partner gets upset because maybe they may ejaculate too quickly or whatever the situation is. But there is moderations with that. It is self care. It's like you have to get the right medication to work with you to fix what the problem is. But a lot of times, a lot of women and men will pass that gene down to generations. Well, my mother had it, my father had it, and they was doing fine. I have seen people who have had amputations of knee, toe, ankle,
Mm-hmm.
and they still keep eating what they want to eat. And the doctor's saying, but you know what? The doctors are going to keep the. You know what? When I went to school to be a doctor, and I heard this is the first word I heard them say. Being a doctor is just like owning a grocery store. You go or going shopping at King's Plaza
Yep.
or whatever mall. You go in a mall for one thing, but a lot of times you come out with a lot of other things. Does that make sense to y'all?
100%.
Okay, so a
100%.
doctor does the same thing. You wondering why the doctor says, okay, you know what? You come in here for one thing. Let me refer you to this person. Let me refer you to that person. But if you learn to educate yourself and learn how to communicate with your doctor and say what your symptoms are, but what happens is we don't know how to express what's going on. So that's how they make the money off of you, referring you to this doctor because, what does a Jamaican say? I'm going to point to my leg. My foot. I'm going to do it again. I'm pointing to my leg. My foot. This is your foot. Not this your foot. So you talking to the doctor and the doctor saying, oh, he's saying his foot. They don't understand your language. They don't understand your dialect. So that's why. Why do you think a doctor says they have to diagnose you? So if you don't know how to express yourself,
That
you're
can
going to
get
get the
to
wrong
diabetes.
diagnosis.
Yep.
Another reason when I was in school for a therapist and the therapist wind up saying, he said, oh, this is too much for y'all. I was going to Long Island University there. And I said, too much for who? And I seen all the other different people of color going downstairs.
Yeah.
So I sat myself on the floor writing with them, and they said they gave this book out. And so when I read the book, and it was like cheek and chin, two Asian guys, and they had a white person there, and they were saying, "How can you diagnose? How can you do therapy, talk therapy, with an Asian person when you don't know their culture?" Yeah, I'm taking you back to medical, and now I'm bringing you now, audience, to therapy of mental health. So when we went into the class and they wind up diagnosing, this guy wrote the book. They gave the white person depression and gave the black person schizophrenia, and they had both the same symptoms. Why? Communication.
Very important.
We must learn to communicate properly. It's not your fault,
That's
because somebody else will say that's a problem. Our language is our code language, but when you're speaking to professionals, you must learn how to speak in a way so they can properly diagnose you.
I mean, the doctors have to eat. I'm gonna feed off that a little bit. The doctors have to eat. That's why they go to college like yourself. But from my perspective, like there is herbs and there is self-care, which is number one. So,
Mm.
I mean, if you're not built for it, you could go to the doctor. Like the doctor assists you, but like Dr. Cynthia say, speak clearly. This is not foot. This is leg, and this is foot. Okay, so make sure you don't get
It makes sense unless you're speaking with another Caribbean doctor that can understand your language. But what I'm trying to say to you is times is changing now,
Mhm,
and we have to move with the time of communication
mhm.
properly. They say an old thing, one hand can't clap to make a sound, it takes two. So we have to learn how. My job is to educate. I'm only one person, but I have hit a broad of a lot of people. And if this is the way that I can educate more, I will do that more. And like I was telling them earlier, I teach exercise too.
Of course, we're gonna get into that later on because that's a topic I want you to share with these people right now. This audience is waiting for that. They're hungry for that. So, like you mentioned earlier that you went away, you went to Jamaica
Hmm.
for the Melissa hurricane relief humanitarian. And I see you doing a lot of good things too. She's not only a doctor, she's a humanitarian too. You know what I mean? She's taking care of a lot of needy persons, not only in Jamaica, in different countries.
Hmm.
Can you break down Jamaica in a little experience? What you have experienced when you
I
went there?
when I went to Jamaica, I was devastated. I was my colleague. She's from Jamaica. She's from Saint Catherine, and the prime minister. I mean, we thought that things were going to be the way that it was, and it was not. Um, we thought we was going to go in Westmoreland. We were told a lot of from lies. Don't go there. They're going to rob you and all this stuff there. And then when we finally got a chance to, we didn't even go there. We was told that there were some people out there, and we stayed in Kingston, and we was in closer towns.
So it sounds like that was a strategy of keeping you from Westmoreland. Then
Yes, and that's what my main purpose was, to go to Westmoreland, and we were not, you know,
I know that's where I'm from. I'm from Newark's, Westmoreland.
and I
So
have, and he knows I have a lot of friends is there too, and I just shipped a container day before last week
mhm.
there. But like he says, my church is Open Door Church of God in Christ, and we feed other churches, and we give out appliances, stormwares, washing machines, dryers, food. We feed over 4,000 people. My pastor is Superintendent Bernard Taylor, and we're on the media all the time, you know, feeding people because people are hungry. Some people cannot pay for their medication
Mhm.
because they have to, because they don't have insurance,
Yeah.
and that's what made me fight for that, because they don't have insurance. They have to lack their medication. So that's when we start writing for food and making sure they had food. So that's what my mission is, to help. It's not about my title, because I have to remember where I came from when I couldn't
Amen.
put two coins together myself,
Yep.
and I didn't have food myself. So I tell people it's not my title. It's when you forget where you come from, then God don't bless you to give to others to do what you need to do. And I do it. And a lot of my colleagues tell me, they says, for me working, and Chris will tell you, my phone, I don't just have one phone, I have three phones, and my phone sleep with me. People call me
Mhm.
in the middle of the night, and if it's a crisis, I'm there. Some people have children who are mentally ill. I'm with the program where a lot of people don't know, if you have a child that has mental illness and he's not taking his medication, and all of a sudden he's spazzing out, he's decompensated, and the police come, there's a mental health police officer. The regular police are not trained to know them. That's why these other kids got hurt and killed and died. But they don't educate the community to know those things. So these are the things that I try to educate the community
Mhm.
on, a lot of things. But getting
Thank
back to
you.
Westmoreland, that was really devastating for me, seeing the trash, the rubble, the
Mhm.
stench, the smell,
Yeah, it
and
was
stuff
horrible.
like that there. And then I was getting upset from, oh, we preparing for New Year's, and I'm like, what about these people? You understand? And they were, yeah, it was some robbing there, but I mean, why couldn't I go to Westmoreland?
Yeah,
You know,
it's a very disturbing thing, man. Thank you for your humanitarian job.
I take no
Um,
credit. I'm just an instrument of God
I still have to
and
say
the God
thanks,
of your
regardless of what
understanding,
you
because
understand.
God said we're all one body.
And I can tell you for sure that she helped me, and she helped me help other people. So I help other people to have health insurance, and it's a peace of mind when you have health insurance, because paying for doctors up here is like you can't.
I even help. I go back,
Yeah.
and if it's a person's listen, I remember there was a young lady who wanted to have a baby, and I helped her. She wanted to have a baby, and I showed her the way how, because she thought she couldn't get pregnant, and I showed her the way,
Yeah.
how she wound up having a child.
I mean, come on. Her number is gonna be on the screen. Call her up if you need any of her assistance. We're gonna check in on
But
she
I
got
love
so much titles.
I
So many titles she got. So we're
I
gonna touch in on the exercising part, the physical. You're instructor, right?
Yes, I'm an exercise physiologist.
Oh my God.
Um, I taught exercise. I still teach exercise. I go to the gym and teach exercise. I tell them I put on a couple of weight during the winter time, but then I take it off. I think that's why I. No, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I say it like this. I says I keep the extra pounds on me in the winter time because I don't need nobody in my bed with me. I keep my own self warm. I keep my own self comfortable. In the summertime, and how I used to keep, they call me the guru of Brooklyn. How I kept the weight on, because what I did was I gave women and men to know, if I can keep my weight on me, and my students watch me trim down and look real good the way I said, if I can do it, you
They
can
can
do
do
it
it
too.
too.
I have a patient that was 450 pounds, not no thing where they cut half of their gut out.
Hmm.
They worked out with me and that weight came off. And you will see them, they be just so strutting and do what they doing. There were some women that didn't even know how to make babies and do what they had. I showed them how to do the real thing, how to make a baby and how to screw and to do what they had to do. And when they didn't do it right, I told them, lift your tail up. That's why your man left your tail,
Pop
because you
up.
ain't lifting your blood clot ass up. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, yeah, me said that. Mhm. Yeah, me can get wicked when we want to. I said I miss international, right? Me don't talk of no type of fuckery here.
I
Me tell
know.
the truth just like I gotta say it.
A
Go ahead.
100%. I agree
Hmm.
with you.
Yeah, you
I
gotta be
agree with
real.
you.
It's real talk here.
Real
Real
talk.
talk.
You
Real
need to
talk.
some of your female need to
Mhm. Lift up. Stop.
lift
Don't,
it up.
don't be a piece of furniture.
Give me a high five like this. Don't just lay there. Don't just be a furniture. You understand what she mean? That's a true doctor right here. Listen, listen. This is a Nothing to Fear podcast, and it's only getting so much interesting. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We're back. Nothing to Fear podcast. Sorry, the People's podcast, of course. We're here with the lovely Dr. Cynthia
Hey.
Entertainment right here. You gotta live up to that. Live up the blood clot.
Blood clot.
Yeah. Remember, check out my website, 4kcuts.com. You know what I mean? I got the serum, 2-in-1 for you here. For all the good things, and we got the Jamaican black castor oil. You know
Very
that.
good.
You see the process is on this channel. You can see how I do it. It's a cold press castor oil. And you know we have the famous Blanco Pro over there, so. So Dr. Cynthia, it was good having you here.
I'm glad to be here.
There's anything you want to leave the audience with, like inspirational wise? Somebody who's out there down and out right now, looking for a little encouragement, a little song singing in their ears.
What I can say is, sometimes life may seem that it's real rough, but I found in life that when I didn't have and the struggles that I had in my life, every single one of those struggles was an instrument to make me who I am today.
Amen.
I found out that I've learned now to stay in my lane, and I leave stuff on the sidewalk. I don't bring no trash in my home. I don't bring no pressure in my mind. I leave it. I drop it. You ever heard the expression, drop it like it's hot?
Yep.
Hey, I leave it right there. Because you know what? It's like you keep holding on a lot of garbage. It's like taking a suitcase and putting bricks in it every single time. And sooner or later, those bricks get heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. And if you see the brick, it's making you like this. So what you know, I learned how to take those bricks and just throw them away. I leave them at the sidewalk. So what you do is no matter what you're going through, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And don't look at it as a thing. I used to think that everybody else was achieving over me. But you know what? I look back now and I got to help some people who I thought was achieving over me. And they look at me, they say to me, you don't look no different than the time that we met you when you were younger. It's because I leave my garbage and the negativity at the sidewalk. When you can learn how, people are going to give you some negative energy, but you got to learn how to just flush it down the toilet.
What's the two words you used earlier? There was two words you used earlier.
What?
When it come on to peace of mind, there was two words you used.
What?
You was like people business, and just stay focused.
What I do is,
Simple.
no. When I say focus, what I do is, I don't take on people's energy.
No.
I don't take on their energy. And even though they try to gravitate to that energy, you got to learn how to put this wall up. It's not you trying to be better than nobody else. You got to protect your aura. You got to protect your body. I treat people with a long handled spoon, but I can still love you
Of course.
at the same time.
Amen. Amen.
Even though you may want to put a ditch for me, dig the ditch for me because I know how to climb the fuck up out of the ditch.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is, my mouth don't play church and state. So when it comes to things that people have to do, the book that I write is not where it's, when they say when God made you, he broke the mold on you. So if you learn how to stay in your own lane and do what you need to do for you and keep following that light that you're following for yourself, then you achieve what you want to. Stop trying to be like the Joneses.
Stay in your own lane. That's the word right there.
Stay in your own lane and do what you got to do.
Yep.
I tell people, even when I taught exercise, if you're a big girl, you stay a big girl, mama. Wear your stuff, baby.
Yes.
You don't know how to wear it? I'll take you shopping and show you how. I help you find a nice little thing. I'll find a nice little tailor for you. I said, because you know what? It's all different sizes. I said, It's all different types of flowers out there, right? They all named flowers, aren't they?
Yep.
And they smell good too, don't they?
Yep. They
So
all
guess what?
different
There's a
flavors.
big mama, small mama, skinny mama, medium mama. Let all the mamas and the daddies too do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta learn how to stay the heck in our doggone lane. And once you learn how to stay in your lane, you're gonna be happy. Now, see, I didn't tell you,
Well
and
said.
he didn't tell you.
Well
My
said.
mom is 108 years old.
I say it like this. I say it like this, Dr. Cynthia. I say it like this. Like,
She
like.
still gambles. I give her the money. The people keep telling me. They say that.
Tell, you don't mind telling them your age, right?
Hmm?
You don't mind telling them your age.
I'm 75.
No.
My mom gambled. The people telling me, your mother gonna go to hell. I said, well, she gonna go to hell pulling the stick. She gonna give 10% to the church, okay? Next time I come on here, I'm gonna show you a picture of her. She's standing right there in Atlantic City with a little fanny pack on her, with a little stick holding her hand up there. And then she'll sit up there, she'll call me in a minute. I think I need to go to Atlantic City. Whatever makes you happy.
I would say this.
What I'm trying to tell you is, you don't live for people.
No way.
People gonna dig a ditch for you.
No.
Like I said, the ditch that you dig for me, I'm gonna climb up out of it because that's good exercise. You need to come the heck up out of that ditch.
I'm not giving away my soul. I'm giving away what I can afford to give away. So you might think that you're taking advantage of me.
No, you're only making me stronger.
Not only that, you're only blowing your chances. But like, I'm gonna say it this way though, like, there's always someone in a worse situation than you. Just remember that.
That's right.
And being stressed is the #1 cause of death. It's not cancer, it's not AIDS, it's not. If when the doctor told you that you have diabetes and you have stage 2 diabetes, and if you had fluid energy into saving your own self, then you wouldn't fall into depression, you wouldn't fall into stress. There's a cure, there's always a cure, and there's always a positive on the other side.
Your body can heal yourself.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know. If you go back and you speak to the old timers, your body really can heal yourself. It's a mind state.
Yeah, it's a reverse.
Your body can heal these herbs. And
Yeah,
I believe in herbs and stuff like that there, but I do as a doctor. You talk to your doctor if you're on medications, but you really got to be very religious in what you're doing. And eating is the most important thing.
Yep. And
what you put in your body is what your body is going to. What you ate a long time ago when you was young, you can't be eating that stuff a long time ago because your metabolism has slowed down. When you was younger, you was skipping and hopping all over the place, whining and bumping and hitting bushes and all kinds of stuff. You can't do that no more. But guess what? The mindset keeps telling you still can eat like that. So that's why it's important. Check yourself or you're going to be by yourself. It's important. So the more you educate and the more, like I said, you call or whatever situation is, we'll try to help. Chris?
Yep. Well said, Dr. Cynthia. Thank you for.
I thank you. Thank you for taking time out to hear us.
Yeah, we coming from a long, long way.
You sure enough is. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I appreciate you. Shout out to the producer over there, Mr. Anton in the cut, chilling over there at the audience, laughing and shit. Remember.
Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
And comment.
Yes.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
It's a Nothing to Fear podcast. It's a people's podcast. It's season 2, episode 2. I'm excited. It started off great. You know what I mean? So until the next podcast, remember the spin-off, set it off, is warming up. You know what I mean? If you're a dope-ass artist and you want to get your talent out there and you want to excel in the entertainment industry, hit us up at blancopro@gmail.com. Okay? Until next time, we're out. Nothing to Fear podcast.
Later.